Hey, Marcelo! Why, thank you very much. What is it? Oh, a flower. Is it for me? It's lovely. A wonder of nature. Thanks, Marcelo.
You're welcome, Vasco.
That's where I hide my candy. Yeah, I want those candies. Huh? Whoa, a knife. Where'd that come from? I can't let anyone see this. Oh, and my candy. Can't forget about that. The other day, the one in the nurse's room went on the fritz, and they had to call in Chuck, the maintenance man. Hey, I never noticed there was a vent for the air duct system in here too. Gabo says the cabinet is so close to the vent that you can't squeeze through there, but why not try? Oh man, this is impossible. Someone put the cabinet so close to the air vent that getting through would be a miracle. I'd have to be Rubberman to do this. Hey, one question, Marcelo. Could you get in the vent for the air conditioning ducts?
Through the vent? Wouldn't I love to, Vasco? But I'm the great Marcelo, and I can't stoop so low as to perform such a simple magic trick. It's for my own good.
It's about your famous routine, the one with the imaginary box.
Yes?
What did that imaginary box routine look like?
Picture this. The typical contortionist act in which a man twists his body over into itself until it's so tiny he can fit inside of a very teeny box. Though my innovation was to do so in an imaginary box, which is much more difficult than squeezing into a real one.
I don't quite get it. What was the imaginary box like?
Well, it was transparent, square, the lid open outward. It measured 3 feet on each edge.
Wait, I think I'm starting to get the idea. Yeah, I think I can picture it. It was a really small box. How did you manage to get inside?
It's obvious. Fold it up into a tiny ball.
Let's change the subject. I've got to go, pal.
Okay.
Hi, Miss Palm.
Your medication.
More pills? I had my meds today, don't you remember?
You choose.
Okay.
Swallow. Good boy, Bosco. And keep an eye on your stuff. I saw Kurgan suspiciously fumbling around with your pillow. I bet he stole your hidden candy.
Really? Okay. How cool. She fell for it. Thank goodness for the old put the pills behind the wisdom teeth technique. There's a few here, but Mr. Bookman's got all the sexiest covers. No, if I wanted a book, I'd grab one of my own. I have a much nicer selection. Really, Ever since Gabo taught me to play poker, there's just no comparison. It's locked shut. Inside are swell board games, chewed up pencils, and really boring books. Beautiful. Seriously. It's better to steal the whole cookie jar than just one cookie. Nobody said anything, so I guess no one saw me take this. All right. I'll take the blue one. They're whiteboards, the kind you write on with a special marker and erase with your shirt sleeve. One will suffice, don't you think? You can tell some people have never had one of these in their pocket before. No need to rummage for long. There's just a couple of little paper cups and the birthday candles from Monty Hollister's cake. Brand new. Kind of a scaredy cat, though. From what I understand, he's determined to get to Rancho Cucamonga. 1, he has a cold, and talking would be bad for his throat. 2, he's 102 years old. Let's not ask too much of the guy. 3, he went mute at the age of 90-something. Good. Hey, that's a great idea. The old switcheroo. Fact is, Mr. Nice really only cares about what's inside the suitcase. Okay, I'm a moron. Luckily, I didn't have time to take the knife out, or I would have scared him to death. He has a cold, and that's not doable. Talk with Mr. Nice. Where do you get these wild ideas? That's an innovative bookshelf. I love birthday party leftovers. Your throat's mighty fine and your tonsils will shine. Splash, splash, splash. It's minty freshness galore. And now, let's see if it all plays out the way I expect.
Did I so much you hurt me? I bought the bear for his soul. When he saw how much I love. Those who say that life is worth it, we haven't had you at all. Now my dear agenda, nothing but hate in all my head. I bought the devil head soul.
Now I can. High quality merchandise. Okay, presto. No way. Quickle's in there, and he's having one of those days today. Knowing him, I'd better take this one step at a time. Let's just imagine I happen to have an imaginary box. Then could you perform your famous act?
No, because I'm not wearing any suspenders. How can I perform an act of that caliber without my suspenders? Where's the glamour?
You are so right. Well, I'll just put the box away for now, I guess. Yes, but I'll prepare things as well as possible first. What could that strange thing poking me inside my pocket be?
Don't worry, it happens to me too, especially when I wake up in the morning.
An imaginary box.
An imaginary box.
Ah, if only someone here knew how to put these suspenders on and hop inside.
Hey, me, Vasco, me, I can do it.
Well, these are for you then. Ladies and gentlemen, with you tonight, the great Marcelo!
Oh.
Marcelo, you okay?
Hmm?
Then get ready. Here comes the best part. And now, the great Marcelo will get out of the imaginary box and make his way through the imaginary tunnel.
Imaginary.
Until he reaches an imaginary trapdoor in the tunnel floor.
In the tunnel. I'm inside the casino.
The great Marcelo's been teletransported.
I teletransported.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the great Marcelo will kindly remove the key from the lock and put it in my hand. I knew that psycho had left it in the lock. Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. Marcelo always loses. That's the bad thing about playing with imaginary cards. The other day, Quickle just started banging on it, saying something about how it promotes bourgeois anorexia, until he busted it. The sliding iron weight came loose, and there's no way to use it anymore. No pun intended. It's the only unused one sitting around. Impossible. Whenever Quickle breaks something, he makes sure he does it right. Good. It weighs quite a bit, but I can deal. Yes, just like Gabbo planned.
Right after going through the air vent in the casino, you'll find a map. Use it to get to the central fan.
Unless... I knew it! Psycho, 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 psycho! I should have known that Kurgan would take the map of the air ducts. I have no other choice but to find another map, or I'll never make it to the roof. Hey, Quickle!
What?
Quickle, what's your opinion on...
Cool. Cool.
the food in here?
Inedible bourgeois dog food. The servings are smaller than Nouvelle Cuisine. And if you ask for more, what do you get? Obesity and gas! I say we strike, comrades! A frozen jaw strike! Who's with me? A sit-down strike, an empty stomach strike, a low-carb wildcat strike! We shall be emaciated! I am perturbed!
Oopsie daisy, it broke. Ernie, the radiator in this hall is busted.
Again? You gotta be kidding me. And during Chuck's shift. Rose? Hey, doll. Tell that bird brain I need him in the West Wing pronto, okay? Chuck!
It's working. I just have to sit here and wait.
The colorblind guy. Who do you think?
Luckily, I won the funnel during our last poker game.
By the way, Red, you been to the bowling alley that just opened near St. Joseph's?
Chuck Berry!
Elvis Presley.
Dude, yo, you ain't got a clue.
So, just like Chuck Berry then.
You listen up, Fatso. The day will come when you eat your words and you say Chuck Berry is the king.
Not in this lifetime. The king of rock and roll is Elvis. End of subject. Fix that radiator and scram, Buster.
Freaking coward.
They're like puppets hanging from my little strings.
Cool.
We're all up there, the insane crowd and the crew that takes care of us. Great idea, so we can all remember who everyone is, because around here, every Tom, Dick, and Harry could be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The dude has some majorly overgrown sideburns. That psycho, he's really gotten me into a huge mess. He's a nice guy, but since he thinks his face is covered in ears, he comes off as a little eccentric. That is such a good idea. Chuck is the real king. Presto. And now...
Cool.
Hey, Ernie, are you a Chuck Berry fan?
Not on your life, Basco.
Oh, since your picture on the photo panel says Chuck is the king.
What? Chuck!
Hey, man!
I caught you red-handed. This is your opinion, isn't it, punk?
That's not mine.
Come over here. Erase that with your tongue.
Chuck is the real... I never!
All right. I'll give you 1 minute to change your mind.
No.
I bet that inside there I'll find the layout maps for the ventilation ducts. They're mine. And that flashlight would be amazingly handy for finding my way around those air ducts.
Time's up. Want to start licking that graffiti?
Let's have a look. What the? I gotta figure out how to get to that ventilator fan. Okay, here we go. Good news, I found the central fan, and apparently the coast is clear. Somebody left this door open. Kurgan! Oh my! Oh, he's... Where's his head? Was it sliced off by the fan? Oh! How gross! This changes everything. Better tell Gabo about this. Where am I gonna put you, dude? That'll do it.
Brian burned Kurgan's head? And then what?
I'm pretty sure this is the place.
So what happened to Brian in the end?
Well... Hey, look! There's the car Bennett rented.
Bennett? Wait a minute. Brian was trying to escape because you were gonna send him to jail.
Incorrect. He escaped because he overheard a phone call where I was making unrelated accusations about a patient who's pretending to be insane. Jacob Kurgan. Brian, on the other hand, is innocent. Basco did not kill Colonel Kordsmeyer. The recordings I took of his hypnotherapy sessions demonstrated from a clinical perspective, but unfortunately that is not enough to convince the jury to find him innocent. Which is why we are here now, at Lieutenant Colonel Jerome D. Chapman's house.
Chapman? Wasn't he Kordsmeyer's second in command?
I'm out of here.
The one who killed himself during Brian's trial?
Well, yes and no. My theory is that he didn't commit suicide. Instead, whoever's behind all this treachery most likely murdered him.
And you think we'll find some clues here to back up your story?
Exactly. Plus, Chapman called Judge Whitley the day before he died. He wanted to meet with her to discuss something important. I don't know what it could be, but perhaps we'll find some answers in this house.
Doctor, I still need you to answer a few questions, but believe me, I'm on your side.
All right. You look around down here, and I'll search around upstairs.
Hey, you think the hot water's working here? If I don't get a shower, those clues are going to escape from me. A nice hot shower, a fresh, clean outfit that's a bit more casual. Man, this must be where they found Chapman's body. Freaky. The best I can do is ignore it while I search for clues to prove Chapman didn't kill himself, as well as the supposed message he was trying to get to the judge. Come on, Gina, get down to investigating. It looks specially placed there, so that you'll run into it every time you come through the door. I don't know much about boxing, but from the design, they seem pretty old. The riverbed is completely dry, but what's that there? Well, I guess now's the time to put my exotic dancing skills to the test. Awesome, a wire cutter. It leads to the main country road. Darn, it's locked with a heavy-duty padlock. No, Bennett said he'd take care of searching upstairs. It might not be a bad idea to ask him how he's doing, though.
What is it, Gina?
Say, about that shed, you wouldn't have those keys by any chance, would you?
Yes, hold on, I'll toss them to you. Here you go.
Damn, right under the kitchen cabinets. Where are they? I bet they fell into that hole. My hand doesn't fit there either. Hey, Bennett?
Yes?
The keys slipped out of my hands and, well, they fell into the cabinet and...
And? I'd imagine something as silly as that would be no problem for you. Or am I mistaken?
Problem? No, of course. I just wanted to keep you informed. Damn it. There was a similar one back at my folks' place. Looks truly vast out there. They're hanging from hooks and fishing lines tied to a short, thin rope. They're hanging from hooks and fishing lines tied to a short, thin rope. I couldn't cut through the fishing line with my bare hands, and they're too tough to gnaw through. I don't see what good the fish bones would do me, but... this will definitely end up coming in handy. No, none of them would be of any use to me. Oh, wait. This one might be nice, actually. Huh? Looks like a cushioned envelope. Good idea, Gina. Good idea. That was a cinch. I knew all along I could nab him. How weird, it doesn't have a stamp. I guess Bennett rented it to come here. Yep. I bet one of the keys opens the padlock. Yuck! This is a pigsty. Oh, of course. I forgot. Bennett told me the FBI agents in the military did a full search in here. All the better. Saves me more time. Another clue that Chapman did not kill himself. With such a nice rope to hang himself, why would Chapman commit suicide with a gun and stain those hardwood floors? Of course, men do have a thing for... Hey, wait. Why isn't there any blood on the floor of the cabin? This is getting more and more complicated. They have a dual visor, the normal part to cover your eyes, and the other, which, if I'm not mistaken, magnifies whatever you're looking at. I don't think it has anything on it but dust. Wait, those are spider hairs. So long on the ground, I guess it's normal. But what a freaking huge spider, huh? No, I can already tell there's nothing out of the ordinary. It has something written on it. Hurricane. Could that be Chapman's boxing name? Bennett gave it to me before my shower. It's a photocopy of the suicide note they found next to Chapman's body. It says, "To the Honorable Judge Lutricia C. Whitley, I beg the Lord Almighty to forgive me for what I am about to do. But I beg even more for justice to be restored in the United States of America, a country which seems to have given up on it without remorse. What's the use of defending your country if your country won't defend you? What good did 40 years of service and a perfect record do for Colonel Nathaniel H. Kordsmeyer? How is it that a disgusting murderer like Brian Basco can slip through the cracks of the justice system by making up a simple lie and that phony amnesia? I sincerely hope that this gesture of mine, disgracing myself and losing my honor, can at least help make sure that people like you, Your Honor, change your mind when you rule on this case and make the right decision. I hope you put the murderer where he belongs and justice back in its place. God have mercy on my soul." However, if I'm going to talk with him, that's a great excuse for taking a load off.
What's on your mind?
You'll never guess what I found in an envelope addressed to Chapman.
Surprise me. Does it contain some interesting document, perchance?
No document.
What a shame.
But it has some tiny little hairs inside. Like a spider's. I grew up in the country, you know, and sometimes those...
Spider hairs. I should have known.
What?
I have to talk to the sheriff. Thanks to the envelope, he'll give me the information we need to prove Chapman didn't commit suicide. You keep searching around. We've almost got it.
Okay. Looks like it's my job to find the supposed message that Chapman left for the judge. Get to work, Gina. Now that Bennett's gone, I can check to see if he forgot to search anywhere. Shrinks can be so absent-minded, you know. It's not that I don't trust him.
Why can't I get you to trust me?
'Cause you're a shrink.
And what's that have to do with...
When my friend Chapman died, I'm the one who found his body. I'm the one who informed the army and the feds. I told them Chapman would never have committed suicide. But did they listen to me? No. They took me off the case. They'd take care of it, but did they investigate? No. They treated Chapman like garbage. Just like the filth you sweep under the carpet. Shame on you.
I swear I have nothing at all to do with any of that.
And 2 days ago, the FBI calls me and says a guy will be coming to investigate Chapman's death. Do they reopen the case? No. We've got to keep it under wraps for now. I get all excited. I tell myself now they're finally going to investigate it right. I convince myself my friend's reputation will be cleared. But what do? Nothing! They send me a psychiatrist. A lousy shrink!
Sheriff, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. You came here to tell me my friend killed himself because he was depressed or crazy or some other kind of junk. And you want me to cooperate? No.
Nothing here either. If Bennett left anything unsearched, I guess I'd have too, 'cause I didn't find anything new or interesting. Who knows? Maybe it would be a good idea to poke around a little more, though. Hey, I wonder how things are going for Bennett with the sheriff. I wish I had some way to see what they're doing, or even help him out if need be.
Are you still here?
I'm not leaving until you help me.
They turn the heat off at night. Better have some coffee. It'll get cold. But let me make it clear that nothing you say or do will get me to help you.
Do you also believe Chapman didn't commit suicide?
Also? No, I alone do believe Chapman did not kill himself. I'm not from the FBI, and I don't need to pull the wool over any sheriff's eyes.
The FBI didn't send me here. I came on my own.
Sure. Oh, by the way, how much did the FBI pay you to come on your own? Forget it.
Were you really such great friends with Chapman?
He left me his fishing rods in his will, and now they're my most prized possession. Need I say anything more?
I don't belong to the FBI, but I have a friend who does, and he is secretly helping me.
A friend? You are talking to me about friendship? I was Chapman's friend, and I won't help anyone tarnish his good name anymore.
I was also a friend of Chapman's. A close friend.
So you say. You want me to believe you? Well, then why don't you prove it? His wife Annetta had a very special nickname for him. What was it?
Let's forget about the whole nickname thing for a while. Talking with you is exhausting, and I doubt I'm going to get anywhere for now. I hope Jane's doing better than I am.
It has something hanging on it. Okay, it's a, what do you call it? According to old Granny Timmons, lots of people used to wear these. A locket. For my lovey bear from your little squirrel. No comment. The Chapman's wedding. How cute. Seems to be in great shape. Hope I don't prick myself. I think Bennett mentioned that the line was cut off the day Chapman died, but someone came to fix it a few days later. I wonder if it works now. I could call. Yeah, I'll call him on his cell phone.
Hello, Gina.
How's everything going, Doctor?
Oh, wonderfully. Couldn't be better.
I understand. You're up a creek, but you can't talk.
The only problem is I can't remember our friend Chapman's nickname. The one his wife used to call him. You know. Oh, you know that head of mine.
Maybe I could convince him. After all, I have worn a sheriff's uniform before.
Consist of wearing that uniform. Don't you fret, I'll get him to cooperate.
I think I can give you some other potential nicknames for Chapman.
I'm all ears.
Lovey Bear.
Thanks, Gina.
Good luck with the sheriff. I'll call you in a bit.
Till then.
Are you still here?
I'm not leaving until you help me. I think I remember the nickname Annetta Chapman called her husband now.
I'm listening.
Lovey Bear.
And how do you know that, huh?
I just do. Now it's your turn to answer a question. Chapman, a spider. What's the connection?
Look at this. Chapman's arm. I took it when I found his body. I showed it to an entomologist in town, and it looked strange to him. He couldn't tell what kind of spider caused the bite.
Well, now he can. We have to take him the envelope. Another thing, the sheriff just told me Chapman had a hiding place inside the bathtub where the jacuzzi motor is.
So are the bad guys here yet?
Hey, Gabbo.
They here?
No, what are you talking about? Sorry about that, Bennett.
You don't see a lot of movies, do you?
A secret hiding place under the bathtub?
Huh?
Don't worry, I'll find the mechanism that opens it.
Yes, maybe that's where the clue we're looking for is hidden. That could be it.
Sorry, I gotta go. So the only thing in there was that box?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hey, I'm going into the bridge to prepare the welcoming party.
When will you finish explaining how Brian escaped from Happydale?
After the cat-a-boom bam crack-a-boom! Banana!
It's really frightening sometimes. Anyway... Well, I think I've searched through everything now, except that over there. Gabbo?
You'll be happy to know that the grenades work! This is gonna be one crazy party.
I'm not interested in the cartridges, but those things, what great memories they bring back. I haven't seen a glow stick for ages. Yes, now it'll be a piece of cake. It's pitch black down there. Good idea. That thing over there looks like a boot, doesn't it? Okay, ready. Let's see how good my aim is. I bet I'm the first person ever who's happy to have caught a boot while fishing. Seems like there's something inside. Well, how about that? A laptop computer. After sitting there for so long, the battery is worn down. Bennett was right. I bet there was a laptop on this desk. Let's see if I can have it ready for when Bennett returns.
What do you think? Can you see anything?
Effectively, gentlemen. The spider that was inside the envelope was an actual Madagascar queen spider. I don't need to tell either of you just how far away Madagascar is from here.
And that the spider couldn't crawl here on its own.
Effectively.
Poisonous?
But not deadly. Its venom paralyzes the victim for hours and is then slowly metabolized by the body without leaving a trace behind.
That means that Chapman was paralyzed when he died, which completely rules out the suicide theory.
Doctor, you've earned this. Honorary assistant sheriff. It belonged to Chapman.
Effectively. A Madagascar queen. I should have expected that.
And this wire... Enter password? How would I know what Chapman's password was? It's written on his boxing gloves, so maybe that's it. Excellent. Loading. National Security Database. Eliminator Agent TV3968. Agency requires Level 4 clearance. Name, Andrea Hickok. Alias, Tarantula Jane Eyre. Date admitted October 27, 2003. Date dismissed June 25, 2006. Missions, your Level 3 access code does not allow this information to be displayed. Reasons for dismissal, your Level 3 access code... What's this email message? Looks like it hasn't been sent yet. From Jerome D. Chapman to Judge Latricia Whitley. Subject, Basco Innocent. I've attempted to reach you by phone, but your secretary has become an insurmountable barrier to our communications. I need to make you aware of the following facts. 1. Colonel Kordsmeyer has been embezzling funds from the U.S. Army, acting behind the back of his own country. 2. During his mission on Mala Island, he had some highly qualified mercenaries under his command, and their leader was a bloodthirsty woman, a former agent for the government. Her codename is Tarantula. 3. Right now, all we know is that she was an AE, Agent Eliminator, who specializes in the method known as tossing the hot potato. In other words, don't be surprised by this. She eliminates the target by getting an innocent bystander involved as a scapegoat. 4. In the case at hand, the innocent person in question is Brian Bass. Let's finish this mail, and Dr. Ian Bennett will corroborate the veracity of this story. So then, I hit the send button and...
Now I understand everything.
Hmm?
Judge Whitley just called me, wondering how the deceased Chapman was able to send her an email message mentioning my name and Brian's. She gave me an appointment tonight at my own apartment in New York City.
Okay then, let's go there immediately.
Soon. But first, let's do justice for Chapman. Let's reenact the crime.
After seeing Tarantula's profile on the web, Chapman started writing an email message to Judge Whitley about how Brian is innocent when the phone rang. It was Barry, the old guy from the gas station. He said there were some strangers asking where Chapman's cabin was, but then the line was cut off, as well as Chapman's internet connection. Fearing the worst, Chapman grabbed his laptop. Then, he stuck his laptop in a fishing boot. He hid it in the well, and after that, he came back inside.
And waited. He saw the envelope drop through the mail slot. He opened it, and the spider bit him. He must have become completely paralyzed in just a few seconds. Then Tarantula came in, prepared to do what she does best. She took his hand, held the gun up to his forehead, and then, bang!
Bennett! Get down!
Bennett!
It's too late! Go start the car!
They following us?
Not for long. Banana!
Poor Bennett.
Wake me up when we get to New York.
No way. You've got to tell me how Brian escaped from Happydale.
Banana! Now, where were we?
Following your escape plan, Brian climbed into the ventilation ducts, but then he came across Kurgan's decapitated body. He found the head and tried to hide it by sticking it into a furnace, which turned on when he closed the door. The head was reduced to ashes and
then he came home to Daddy.
Even after dying, that psycho's managed to screw everything up for me. Now how do I escape?
The cards are in your favor. Improvise.
Come on already, Gabbo. Can you stop it with that line, please?
Improvise. You and Kurgan are almost the same height, and you have the same build. What would happen if they found his beheaded body dressed in your clothes tomorrow?
What? I can't do that. Kurgan's back is hairy as an ape. They'll recognize him in a second.
Do some hair removal.
What about his freaky long fingernail? They'll know it's Kurgan as soon as they see it.
Trim it.
And I have a tattoo on my ass, and he doesn't.
Draw one on him.
What about his blood type, his shoe size, his DNA?
Go to Bennett's office and switch the medical files. Try to think on your toes, Brian.
You know, in the end, it'll turn out you're right. Kurgan's body could pass for mine. If I switch his medical records with mine, cut off his disgusting fingernail, copy the tattoo I have, well, near the small of my back, wax his shoulders, and set things up in such a way that they decide not to look for his head or suspect foul play when they can't find it. That way they'll think the dead body's mine and...
Nobody looks for a dead man. But make it snappy, Basco. Remember, either you're escaping at 12 midnight or you're not escaping at all.
About that tattoo of mine that I have to draw on Kurgan. Since you're so good at that artsy-fartsy stuff, why don't you paint it?
Forget it. I don't see myself looking at you on all fours and me painting Kurgan's behind.
Well, that's kind of the idea.
No way.
I was gonna offer you a truckload of cash. Your loss.
Okay.
Do you have anything that might pass for a tattoo?
No. But I'll listen to any and all ideas.
Add $1,000 to the $2,000 I already owe you.
Done. In the third drawer of my cabinet, there are some artist pens. Grab a 0.005 and it should pass. Too bad I don't have a 0.037.
I love deals with friends. You know, I'm not gonna bug you anymore about this tattoo business.
My unstable mental health will thank you for that.
We'll talk later, Gabbo.
Okay, but if we don't see each other by March 6th, 2037 at 12:37 p.m., start ironing the money.
Well, like Gabbo says, I'll have to improvise.